I've got a really cool idea, which is whenever I want to send a voice note or someone sends me a voice note and I feel like, you know what, this could be a video because I sent 10 minutes voice notes, I'm just going to turn on this this iPad and record as if it's a voice note. That means no cuts, any mistakes stay in, and I'm not going to force positioning myself, going to my room, getting the camera, turning on the lights. Right now it's sunny, so this is very convenient, and I'm not going to try and talk fast, the TikTok's pace and whatever. I'm going to talk as if this is a voice note. And I think I even named my channel emancast, as in podcast, So I don't know why I keep procrastinating when it comes to this, because this idea has been in my mind for a while. So, literally, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna send it to my friend, and then he's gonna watch this instead of hearing or getting a voice note from me. And he's also a YouTuber, so hopefully that motivates him also to make a video instead of sending me a voice note. So we're just gonna be sending us voice notes, but I'm gonna be talking as if obviously a stranger is watching, because I think that's the most efficient way to do this. So this channel has been about my, I guess, tactic games when it comes to short form content and this AI world and the clone thing that I'm doing. And I have a big account, over 1 million followers, but I just stopped posting there. The account is in German, and I really wanted to build an English community, so I focused on a completely different account on TikTok, and I was posting there. But then my dear friend told me, why are you not using your unfair advantage, which is that account, that 1 million follower account, right? But to me, that account almost felt like a burden, because I really have to, well, that's what I'm thinking. I really have to post a banger for it to really go viral, because first it goes through the followers that I acquired a long time ago that might not even be interested in what I am talking about nowadays. And secondly, I just feel like whatever I post, I can literally, it's not even like a guess. Like when I post on that account, I get lower views than when I post on my new accounts, which is obviously TikTok being fucking annoying, right? But I also know that I just have to stay consistent in there, post 3 times a day or 6 times a day. So that's one of my goals right now, just mass posts. So the cool thing is, with this whole cloning technique that we have, right, which is HeyGen, and I can just literally like take up my phone right now, and if I had something to say, I just open HeyGen. I don't even have to open HeyGen. I can open my voice recorder app. Everyone's got this on the phone, and then I just start talking and making a voice note, right? And I start talking about whatever I want to talk about, as if I'm also sending a voice note to a friend. And literally this, I can save it, here, share, and then save in my files, open HeyGen, and then just send it in there. And now my clone is syncing to this voice note. So it's a visual voice note. If I don't want to talk, I can also send in my scripts. So now my script is doing the talking, because my clone voice is in there. And sometimes when I'm outside or when it's loud inside, right, when I do the voice note thing, I can activate it. Literally, it's a toggle. It says voice mirroring, and now it's taking my clone voice instead of my real voice, which is still my real voice. And now all of the sounds are gone that were annoying. So this tool is pretty cool, and I feel like with that I have no excuses. If I'm laying in bed, I can make a video and be, here. I could literally take this video right here, turn it around, and send it to my slot. On HeyGen, you get like 100 clone variations, so you can record 100 different variations of yourself with different outfits if you want to. I don't. I just have a few where I'm wearing the same thing, because that's part of the strategy. So I'm back into my, I guess, unfair advantage account, the 1 million account. That feels like a burden, because when I post on there, I feel like I should be getting more views. And then if I don't get more views, I feel like everyone is seeing, like, oh, this guy's a fraud. How does he have 1 million, but he's only getting like 100 views? But that's just how, that's everyone. Like, people are only on the For You page, so they barely actually check out accounts. And I have a folder of everyone in there that's doing content creation right. And some of them have months where they're not getting views because something happened and they start posting. It's everyone. I have one of my followers, no, one person that I'm following who's also following me. Let's just call it internet friendship. He's got 2.5 million followers, and he's struggling with the same thing. And some people just quit, but I'm not a quitter. And this is not the first time this has happened. When I was in 2025, when I came back, which I had another year of break because I was doing something else, making money with just Instagram and stuff like that. I came back and I was doing well. Not every video hit, but eventually my videos did get more views. But then I pivoted to clone videos and it hit. I don't even know why I stopped the clone videos. It was going well. I just got overwhelmed by all the leads that I was generating, and it was all just people who wanted free shit because I was giving out free shit. So I grew like a huge following, or huge community of just literally people who just wanted free stuff because my lead magnet was comment the word prompt and you're gonna get this and that, which it's a good technique. It still works, based on what I built there and the skills that I learned there. I was able to get some high ticket clients who wanted this thing that I maybe don't value as much, but they had a really, like, they had a company and a website and they needed that traffic. So I packaged that in a high ticket package, and then made my money there. So then I was like, what, I don't even need to post anymore because people were still commenting, people were still DMing me, on TikTok, and everything was set. So I really just stopped posting because I was overwhelmed. And TikTok is so annoying because you can't set the automation reply thing, so you have to reply to everybody who comments, and then it blocks you after I think 50 of the same comments. Because if you comment the link and you say, hey, screenshot this link, and then you're gonna get blah blah blah, right? After, was it 50 or 10? I don't even know. Maybe it was 15 or 50. But after a certain amount of comments, you get blocked, and then you have to change the comment, and then sometimes they say you're commenting too fast. Now you have to wait another day. So annoying. So that made me just, I guess, focus on some other things, and then AI just sent you through this funnel or this tunnel, which is also something I want to talk about because I've been into this tunnel multiple times. Even before AI, I was trying to make an app and stuff like that, web designer and dropshipping and making a merch and a brand and building clothing lands. It's all the same. Marketing is the most important thing. You got to put yourself out there. Output is the only factor that matters, So if what I realize is I'm a builder, I'm a thinker, I'm a strategist, right? But then I go into this tunnel, this literally in a tunnel in my room, it's black walls and everything, and I'm just like Wade from Kim Possible, right? But then it's like, dude, you made so many cool things, you built the greatest things, the coolest things, you're not marketing them, you're not putting it out there, and then time goes by, and then it feels like, then you find one person who's doing this thing, right, that you thought only you knew how to do, and it's like, oh, everybody knows now, they did that, they posted that, now fuck it, just get to something else. It's so stupid, it's so annoying, I know, but we did the list. Yeah, man, today I recorded, I don't even know, man, 15 videos, maybe 16 with the 17 videos. And when I say recorded, it took me like 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. I took a shower, I sat down, I was creaming myself and shit like that. And I took my phone and I literally just made voice notes, right? And I sent the voice notes. I did it on WhatsApp. I don't know why I like the WhatsApp sending a voice note, right? And then as I was going, ideas was just coming and coming and coming and coming, right? So I made so many WhatsApp voice notes, and then I just saved them all into my file, and I just uploaded them all into my HeyGen, you know, and then it generated the media videos, and now I've just been posting that, and some are shit, and I'm not gonna post them, or I am gonna post them, but it's just day one. This was so, like, literally, if I just sit there an hour and let my brain go, I could make so, because I love voice notes. I send voice notes either way. I make money that way. One of my offers is knowledge transfer, which is you book me for a month, you pay me, and then you have access to me on WhatsApp, and then I just teach you everything that I know. I'll send you screen recorders, WhatsApp. I'll be like, just make a password and then let me do it for you type shit, I really go in and make sure, you get everything that's in my brain, right? And most of the times it's, they send me voice notes. I listen to them 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it don't matter. I will send a voice note and then also write everything in a bullet journal and also create a Notion template and also this, that, So it's fun, and it's easy, it's frictionless. Now, recording this video right now is not a problem, this is also really easy, but I'm not always out here, Sometimes I'm in the living room, sometimes I'm in my room, sometimes I'm somewhere else, but I don't want to be, like, I guess, stuck in, or I don't want to we have no excuses anymore with AI. We really don't have any excuses anymore. You don't have the time to record videos. then make a voice note. Go to the toilet, take a shit, make a voice note. I've done that. They don't hear you taking a fart. You know, they don't hear you farting. Is that how you say it? Farting? You know? Because you can turn on the voice mirror, you know, as you're just splatting there, blah, 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 blah. They ain't hearing that, you know what I mean? So that's the strategy, man, for now. Output, you know, just, it's crazy how your brain, goes from thinking and strategizing and feeling so productive, right? But then you're not really. And then when you're in this output mode, when you're playing, you know, when you're literally, you know, out there doing it, that's when your brain actually fires up and just brings you more ideas as you're doing. And I feel like that's so important. And I keep forgetting that I need to take an action. I need to do. Now, what is the future with HeyGen and the clone thing? What is social media if everyone is just using a clone and not really recording themselves anymore? I don't fucking know, you know? Are people gonna care? Do I care? You know, I watch Wissens, blah blah blah. These channels that don't have a face. I watch faceless channels. You know, if the idea is good, the content is interesting. What they're giving me is, I watch AI people talking. You know, all these AI influencers. You know, I do. So, and soon we won't even be able to distinguish between what's real and what's not. Some people can't even do that now. You know, right now, my parents don't give a fuck. My dad literally only watches AI stuff and he keeps sending me it, and it's so annoying because I'm like, Dad, it's not real. Stop giving these people money. Well, not really money, but you know what I mean. But I guess that's the future. Will it stop us from making money? Will the platform stop paying us if we make AI content? They haven't. Why would they? Will they start making their own AI content so that they don't need? Will YouTube create their own versions of YouTubers that are AI? Will TikTok create their own version of TikTokers that are AI? Maybe, but will they actually be able to outdo us humans? Who knows? Humans want human. I love to watch these kinds of videos. Just someone yapping, talking, giving me their brain, their insights, showing me what's on their phone, seeing what they're actually doing, you know? And with AI, it's not the same, but it would be the same if, for example, the video that I just made was a video where I literally on my phone was making a screen recorder, showing people this cool feature. Now I could have just posted the screen recorder, but I turned the screen recorder into an audio and then uploaded the audio into HeyGen, and now there's me talking in front of the camera with the screen recorder, you know, like switch mode. Is that so bad? You know, does that break trust? I don't know, you know. But yeah, man. Now when it comes to the AI war that's going on, you know, GPT versus Claude Code versus Gemini, and you know, versus Google, and I must say, if it wasn't for custom GPTs, I wouldn't be using GPT. I wouldn't, because Sesame is a better conversational GPT. I mean AI. And there's a freaking cat in the garden, man. It's not my cat. I've got 2 cats inside. So yeah, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, GPT is cost efficient and makes better images, and is better to share with when it comes to custom GPTs. My mom uses my custom GPT that explains letters. When she gets letters in German and she doesn't understand, it will literally pretend to be me, and I will explain it to her in a calmly manner, in a slow manner. She doesn't have to prompt. She just sends the letters in there. The GPT knows what's going on. It knows, okay, this is an old person who is not German, who needs my assistance right now. Let me guide the person and tell her exactly what to do. If this is a letter that's worth reading, if this is just garbage, it would be like, don't even read it, throw it away. If she needs to call me, it will tell her that I have the power. I like GPT because I can customize it and then share it. Now, the moment Claude creates a custom shareable thing, or Gemini, or Grok, I'm gone. GPT, like it's reps, you know, it's reps. I'm sorry, you know, you're OG. You made me a lot of money, you know, but you wasted a lot of time with mine too. Currently, I'm using Grok the most because the agents that work together. It is so fucking cool, and then I feel like it's more unfiltered, you know. So yeah, I'm using Grok definitely more for research and just any questions and just public opinions and shit like that. Claude. Claude has such a hype right now. Everyone talking about Claude is going viral, and then people talking about Claude because they know they're gonna go viral. I've given Claude multiple chances. For me and my workflow, I do everything on my phone. I'm not a computer guy. I don't need to. I don't need an agent to control my computer. What are you doing on your computer that's gonna make you money? Huh? Like what? If you have your computer and you haven't made money, your agent is not gonna be able to do that. You know, you can download a skill, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just hating. But Claude Code and using Claude, I've used. It's just literally Claude told me. I like that Claude is unbiased. That's the only thing I like about Claude. Claude told me to use Grok. Let that sink in. I don't know. I had this thing, this question, and then I went to GPT, and then I went to Grok, and then I went to Claude, and I sent Claude's GPT's answer and Grok's answer, right? And then I also sent it. And I was like, look at what they said. Look what you're telling me, right? And then Claude was like, you're right. Fair point. You should use Grok. Grok is actually better for you in this case, you know, la 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 la. I was like, yeah, but like Claude writes nice. I feel like Claude is for me like when I have like when I wrote I made a course, right? Not a course. I wrote an article, right? And the way that I do it is I use obviously Grok for, you know, fact checking and all that stuff, you know, and I use GPT to just actually Grok's voice recorder is more trustworthy because it doesn't just stop randomly. But then yeah, I use Grok for the talking thing. I did have the Whisper app. I have Grok, so why? So I use Grok, right? I had my text, send it over to GPT, my custom GPT did its thing, send it over to Claude, so it writes it more like human, and then Claude literally writes it prettier. That's why I like Claude. It writes stuff prettier, you know, it formats it better. And yeah, I had this client who asked me a question. He was like, what are your prices, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, can you explain me this? And I was like, you know what? Let me go to Grok, right? Claude. I went to Claude, I sent him a voice note and explained exactly what my offer is, right? And I was like, make me a visual thingy that I can send them, right? Claude made me a fucking website. A whole freaking website. A really nice website, by the way. Graphics and everything and shit like that. A really fucking good website. So I copied the link, I sent it to my client. I was like, hey, I'm currently grocery shopping, but look, just explain Claude what my offer is. Hopefully you understand it better now. And he did. That's cool. Claude is cool, you know. It's just, I don't know. In my workflow, it's not as priority right now. Now, Edge Gallery, that's the newest thing I got today. Offline AI. Guys, what the fuck is going on? Didn't need a computer to install it. Pretty cool, you know. Again, grocery shopping, didn't have internet. Had a question like, what's gonna make me more full? You know, eating a steak or a turkey, Putin, not Putin. And then, you know, if this both are the same, and then it answered. I sent the picture, it worked. So Google thingy is pretty cool. Google Edge, you know. Probably gonna also show my mom and my sisters how to use them, you know, so they don't have to pay for GPT. Cause why? But yeah, obviously they're gonna use our data. Google wants us. Remember when we thought Google was like, oh, nobody's gonna use it because AI and Google is losing and blah blah. They really played the long game, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. So that's pretty much that, man. This would have been a voice note. 20 fucking minutes. This would have been a fucking voice note, but I guess this is my emancast series. Hey, if anyone's watching this, do this too, you know? Maybe I'm gonna create a community where instead of we're talking to each other, we're all just sending us videos like these, you know, sharing our thoughts. you know, the cool things that we're doing, our mind and stuff like that, right? That would be cool, you know. But that's everything that I feel like I wanted to say, you know. This is what I'm currently doing. My account is not performing well, my German one, but I know I just gotta stay consistent, keep on posting a couple of bangers, repurposing viral videos, and just stay consistent, you know. I'm gonna output everyone else. With this, I have no excuse. I literally have no excuse, dude. Why would I not post? Why would I not post? You know? So, yeah, man, that's pretty much that. Peace out for the next one.